This is Real Republican News. I'm your host, Jason Mariner, and we are here today to talk about racism in America, particularly as it pertains to hate against Asians. These attacks are getting out of hand. They're absolutely ridiculous. And the narrative that's being forced down the throats of the American people is that these acts of violence are being carried out by big bad white men, Trump voters, conservatives, Republicans. We're the ones doing the attacking because, of course, every time something bad happens in this country, it's racist. Dr. Seuss is racist, Pepe Le Pew is racist, math is racist. Therefore, anyone who's possibly attacked in this country was attacked by a big bad white man, and that's simply obviously not the case. You should not believe what you hear when you turn on the television, and you should definitely question what you see on your social media platform, because they are all teamed up with the radical left politicians of this country who are pushing propaganda. That's exactly what it's called when media teams up with a political organization and pushes a one-sided narrative. It becomes propaganda. Now, what they would like you to believe is that these innocent Asian Americans who pose absolutely no threat to this country, who we absolutely love and welcome with open arms, are being attacked by big bad white men with their white privilege. Well, I'll give you a little tip here. That's a lie that's going to be quickly uncovered, because everything you do now, as we all know, is usually filmed. Most cities and police departments have cameras all over the place. So when one of these attacks happens, they're able to pull surveillance footage. And most of the time, when you pull that surveillance footage, you'll find out very quickly that these Asians that are being attacked in the streets are not being attacked by your typical Trump voter, a big bad white man. It's the exact opposite, in fact. So I don't know why no one's paying attention to the facts, and they're just listening to what the people on CNN and Facebook tell them. It's not white people that are attacking Asians. I'm not saying no white person has ever attacked an Asian, because that would be an untrue statement. But this anti-Asian sentiment, this anti-Asian problem, this racist problem, they're not being attacked by conservatives. It's exactly the opposite. Now, I'm not going to talk about skin color of the people that are doing the attacking, because we've done our research and we've seen the footage. But what I am going to say is that the mainstream media tells you that a Trump voter looks a certain way. They might look like me. They might look like a big bad white man with all of their white privilege. Well, I certainly haven't found my white privilege, so if you have, please let me know. I'd like to have it. I thought the race card would stop being played when this country had a black president for 2 terms. We currently have a vice president who's not white as well. We currently are experiencing an immigration crisis. Brown people are coming to this country at an unprecedented rate. People from Nigeria come to this country risking life and limb. People that are black and brown don't immigrate to a country that's systemically racist. It just does not happen. It doesn't make sense. Why would they? They would run from a systemically racist country. So that's a false narrative that's being pushed. It's propagandized, it's politicized, and every time something bad happens, it's used to further their goals. Now, their goal right now is to get the rest of America to marginalize, ostracize, label conservatives as bad, racist, bigots, xenophobes, homophobes, bad people. When in reality, we believe in God, family, country, doing the right thing, serving our communities, upholding the Constitution, fighting for law and order, justice and equality. That's what we really want. We want you to leave our Bibles alone. We want you to leave our Constitution alone. We want you to leave us alone. We want you to stop tampering with the electoral system and let this country get back to a place where we can agree to disagree. That's what this country needs. This country needs to learn to get past its differences, accept that your neighbor might not vote for the same candidate that you do, but that doesn't mean you have to slit one another's throats. That's an absolutely ridiculous narrative, but that's exactly what they're trying to do. If you read any book on war and how to take over a country, the first thing you do is you get the people of that country to fight amongst themselves. You divide and conquer. That seems to be exactly what the radical left, the mainstream media, and the Silicon Valley tech tyrants have in store for us. They are dividing and conquering us. They're causing fear. Now they have Asians probably fearing big bad white men. They have everyone else fearing us. Why do you think we've been labeled the silent majority? Do Do you really think that 150 million Americans that voted for President Trump are bad, racist bigots? No, of course they're not. It would be readily apparent to everyone every day that there's a huge problem. The only time we really see this problem is when we turn on the TV. It's a 1% occurrence, if that. Yet, it's 99% of what they talk about. Because if they talk about it 99% of the time, they can get 99% of you to believe that Trump voters and conservatives and big bad white men are the problem that this country is facing. No, the country is facing a problem with bad leadership, bad policy, and fraud. This country is being taken over by people who do not have the best interests of the United States of America at heart. They don't want to follow the Constitution, and now we have a president that gets blown over by gusts of wind. So bravo to the radical left for further dividing and destroying the United States. The day is coming when the people will wake up, push back, and say no more. You're not going to destroy our Constitution any further, because that's what's kept our country great, sovereign, strong, and whole for 244 years. So I ask that you, the American people, read between the lines. Don't turn on the TV and just believe what you hear. Don't look at your phone and turn on your Facebook page and assume these posts that you're reading are real, because they're not usually. Most of what you see is fake. It's a one-sided false narrative that's propaganda. End of story. Real Republican News is creating a social media platform where we will follow the Constitution to the letter, and that will be our playbook. Absolutely no exceptions. You can come on our platform, say what you want, do what you want, act as you please, express yourself as you wish, without restriction, as long as no one's getting hurt. That's what the Constitution and the First Amendment is all about. So stay tuned. Real Republican News is coming to create an equitable space that provides liberty and freedom of speech for all Americans. We don't care what political affiliation you are, but it will be called RRN, for Real Republican News, because real Republicans believe in the right of free speech for liberals just as we do ourselves. So until next time, I say be well, God bless you, your families, those around you, and read between the lines. Be well, everyone.